because it looked like Caitlyn Clark went to Chicago and took the city over. It looked like she took the city over.
People are showing up just to witness Caitlyn Clark. It's like she's the damn Beatles.
Angel, pray up. Me bound Reese, I hope you listening. It looks like that line was for my precious CC. How she pulled up in your...
Remember that awkward Reebok campaign where Angel Reese tried to hype herself up with a whole come to your trap, take over your trap line during All-Star Weekend in Indy? Yeah, about that. Funny how things turn out. Because Caitlyn Clark didn't just show up to the so-called trap. She walked in, took control, lit the place up, and made it clear who really runs the show. Meanwhile, Reese, nowhere to be found. Another perfectly timed injury had her sitting out, fading from the spotlight just as things were heating up. The irony couldn't be louder. Clark took over Reese's turf while the supposed hometown hero disappeared when it counted.
Clark spent 20 minutes signing autographs. She made her way 2/3 of the arena. She signed literally hundreds of autographs. And if you guys didn't see that game today, there were as many Fever fans as there were Sky fans.
It played out like a scene from a movie, almost too perfect. Like it was written to embarrass Angel Reese. Outside the United Center, Caitlyn Clark rolled in like a superstar, sparking a fan frenzy that felt more like a concert than a basketball game. Meanwhile, Reese was a no-show, supposedly sidelined with a back injury that plenty of fans aren't exactly buying. While Clark was outside signing hundreds of autographs, posing for photos, and turning the sidewalk into a full-on Fever fan fest, Reese was busy posting vague messages online, trying to steer the story as her spotlight faded. One showed up and owned the moment, the other disappeared from it.
Now see, this the real version of walking your trap and take over your trap. Look at this. Look at that.
Oh my God.
All them jerseys. I would hate Caitlyn too.
That so-called trap Angel Reese claimed as hers? Yeah, it got taken. Not with trash talk or flash, but with pure skill, poise, and undeniable star power. Caitlyn Clark didn't force her way in. She elevated the moment and owned it without even needing a jersey on. If you've been watching all this unfold and finally see the difference between media hype and real greatness, hit that like button and drop "I've got the fever" in the comments. Because what came next? It only made the gap between Clark and Reese even more obvious. Let's keep it rolling. Let's go.
So Caitlyn Clark is not playing the game. And by the way, people didn't know whether or not Caitlyn was playing that game until the very end. There are hundreds of fans that were there to see Caitlyn Clark play on the off chance Caitlyn Clark would be able to sign something. She was there. She spent 20 minutes autographing everything.
What happened to Miss Angel Reese? She's all in Indiana during All-Star, and her Reebok campaign, "Come to your trap, take over your trap."
The contrast couldn't have been more brutal. It was almost as if the entire day had been scripted to highlight Angel Reese's fading relevance. On one side, you had Caitlyn Clark, injured, yes, but still out there giving fans exactly what they showed up for and more. Signing autographs, connecting with families, owning the moment. On the other, Reese, the supposed face of Chicago basketball, completely invisible during the biggest weekend of the year, in her own city. This is what happens when someone tries to ride the wave of another star's momentum without putting in the grind to build their own legacy. Eventually, the noise fades, the filters fall away, and what's left is a difference between a true icon and someone playing pretend.
I think this is what means when you walk into your trap and take over. She in your city. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I forgot about that tweet. Walk in your trap, take over your trap. I just realized that. I'm like, oh my God, there's no way.
And this is what truly seals a gap. Caitlyn Clark didn't even step on the court, and still, she dominated the night. That's the level of impact we're talking about. Her presence alone brought energy, attention, and chaos in all the right ways. Meanwhile, her teammates took that spotlight and ran with it, delivering performance that spoke volumes. While Clark handled the crowd, the Fever handled business, making sure their statement was heard loud and clear where it mattered most. on the scoreboard.
Mitch put him in a ditch, and Michaela Timpson treating the Chicago Sky like a bunch of Simpsons. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Might be scorching hot right now. You have been so good on the road lately. 6 straight games, 24 points a game. How are you off to another hot start in a hostile environment?
I think about just staying in rhythm. And when I stay in rhythm, about being aggressive. So as long as I'm aggressive and being myself.
Kelsey Mitchell came out like a woman on a mission, locked in, no time for distractions, and absolutely dialed from the jump. She wasted no time letting Chicago know what kind of night it was going to be. With ice in her veins, Mitchell started torching the net from long range, sinking threes from every corner of the Windy City. By the final buzzer, she'd put up a jaw-dropping 35 points, including 7 daggers from beyond the arc. It wasn't just scoring, it was a statement performance, pure and simple.
Kelsey Mitchell, 7 for 10 from the three-point line, off the start, 8 points quick. You knew, Kelsey Mitchell's hot today. Kelsey Mitchell's hot today. This might be her game. Let's keep the hot hand in. Let's keep the hot hand going. Let's set her some big body screens, get her open. Kelsey Mitchell, she did it all. 7 for 10 from the three-point line. She got to the rack. She got to the free throw line, carving up the defense, looking like a little snake, how she just slithers in and out of that defense. Kelsey Mitchell, salute to you.
This wasn't just high-level hoops. It was a message sent loud and clear. Kelsey Mitchell walked into hostile territory and turned it into her own private showcase, reminding everyone that the Indiana Fever are far more than just Clark and company. What made it even sweeter? They did it without Caitlyn orchestrating the offense. This win proved something crucial. Indiana has depth, leadership, and firepower beyond the headlines. With Clark sidelined, Mitchell grabbed the spotlight and carried the load like a true franchise cornerstone. No hesitation, no second guessing, just a clutch performance that screamed, "Don't count us out just because Clark's in street clothes." This team is real, and Mitchell made sure everyone knew it.
She lit them up. I mean, she was on fire. On fire. She couldn't miss. I mean, everything was in the flow of the offense. Effortless, man. We got to give love to Kelsey Mitchell. 12 of 19 from the floor, 7 of 10 from 3, 35 points. Straight stirring the pot. Stirring the pot. She was cooking their ass today. Kelsey Mitchell was on one. She was on one. She was a plus 25 for the game. The Chicago Sky are a flat-out joke. This team is terrible.
Aliyah Boston didn't just take the court. She took control. Her 14 points and 11 rebounds might not pop off the stat sheet, but every one of them carried weight. From the opening tip, she turned Chicago's paint into a war zone, and their bigs had no answer. Whether it was her sharp footwork, her physical presence, or her next-level instincts, Boston made every possession a masterclass. She didn't need flash, just precision and power. It was like watching a tutorial on how to dismantle a front court piece by piece.
Cardoso running the floor. Gets denied by Boston, returning the favor. Boston finds the cutter. It's Timpson who lays it in. That ends the 11-0 run. Here's Mitchell. Flips it in, wide open Boston. And tracks it back down. Off to Boston. Backdoor, Mitchell the cut, and the finish. Tough bucket from Kelsey Mitchell. Get Kelsey Mitchell.
While Boston was tearing apart Chicago's interior, Ari McDonald stepped in off the bench like she was built for this stage. She added 10 crucial points, all at the right time, proving once again that she's not just a fill-in, she's a force. Remember, McDonald wasn't even in the Fever's original plans to play a major role this season, but now she's becoming one of the team's clutch contributors. Still, what truly defined this win wasn't the individual stat lines, it was Indiana's total command. This wasn't luck. The Fever controlled the pace, shut down every run Chicago tried to start, and executed like seasoned pros. Every spark the skylit, Indiana snuffed it out. This wasn't just a victory, it was a statement of intent. Ruthless, composed, and elite from buzzer to buzzer.
I actually feel bad for Angel Reese at this point, and it has nothing to do with like how she's handled herself or anything. It's just simply Caitlyn Clark is so much better than Angel Reese at basketball that it doesn't feel fair.
Yeah, I think Angel Reese is struggling with the fact that Caitlyn Clark is better at her best thing than she is.
Well, she's better at everything.
And
she had a triple-double.
Yeah.
She's tied for the third most triple-doubles in WNBA history, and she's played 50 games.
Yeah.
Caitlyn Clark's impact is generational. She doesn't just show up. She alters the energy of an entire city without even stepping onto the court. That's what real influence looks like. Meanwhile, Angel Reese keeps chasing the spotlight through controversy and borrowed hype, hoping proximity to greatness might rub off. But let's be honest, the gap between them isn't just growing, it's already a canyon. The fans, the cameras, the game-changing moments, they're all orbiting around Clark now. You can't manufacture legacy with social media posts. You build it with presence, performance, and purpose, things Clark brings whether she's playing or not. This wasn't just another Fever win. It was a turning point, a full stop to a narrative that's been propped up for too long. Let's make it plain. Chicago isn't a trap. It's a stage Caitlyn Clark just claimed. The rivalry, it was never real. The torch, never passed, because it was never up for grabs. The Fever didn't just show up to play. They came to take over. So if you see the truth now, if you know what real greatness looks like, comment "I've got the Fever." Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a moment. Tap the video on screen. We'll catch you in the next one.